long that so many days have passed and now who's going to be bothered, because then we become little more we become careless, and I don't want my students to forget that. Please follow all the safety rules. Ask your parents to remind them that we need to follow that. Now, before I hope everybody is sitting in a prayerful posture. All sit in a prayerful posture. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just one girl, please unmute. I want to ask you that, have I explained you the more we give, the more we have? One girl, Bhavni, Arshia, somebody can answer this. Harpreet, why she's joining our class if she's not there?
Morning, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Harpreet.
Ma'am, I'm new in EVS.
You were before in which class?
Ma'am, before I was in optional, my math subject was there. So today I received call from school. They said that in our list, your name is in EVS, so you carry on with your EVS classes.
But you have missed your first unit, you have missed your second unit. Correct?
So ma'am, today only I received call from school.
So now you are going to be in EVS.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you see, dear, you have to do all the first 5 lessons by yourself now. Because term one unit, term one syllabus is lesson 1 to 5.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so you are from which 11th A or 11th B?
Ma'am, 11th A Commerce.
11th A. So I'll write your name in that. But still, you have missed both the. And have you given your maths optional as a subject?
Ma'am, my previously optional subject was math, so now I have taken optional as EVS.
No, understood. But did you appear? Did you give your exams for maths?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so welcome to the class. Now, I think almost everybody is there except one girl, I think Said Malika, because Ankita is also joined in. We have 15 participants, and we have now with Harpreet, we have 16 names. Correct? And thank you. Thank you, 7th, I would say 11th standard, for your attendance. I'm really very happy. Now I have 17. I think somebody has joined in. It means only one girl, Said Malika, is not there, except all are there. So welcome to the class, and I'm very happy to welcome Harpreet also. So I hope now I just want to know that, did I read this passage paragraph? The more we give, the more we have. Then somebody can answer that.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, before I start my class, because it is just biofuels, last part of the chapter is left, and biofuels, it's a very small chapter. So I want each one of you to sit in a prayerful posture and listen to me. The more we give and reflect, see, it's not just listening, it is you need to reflect upon it also. The more we give, the more we have. One of the basic principles in the universe is a fact, and a fact of successful living. If you want to be successful in life, is to receive the good things of life and to give. It is not only receiving. See, the more you receive, your standard of living should not it should not increase, but your effort of giving should increase. If God has given you more, you should also learn to give more. The more we have, the more we give, the more we have. But one must not give with any motive in mind. Which motive? That I will give more, God will give me more because God sees me. No. You need to give more because you have more. Rather, one should give because it is the wise thing, and the right thing to do. Understood 11th standard? I hope you have understood what I'm trying to tell you. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you
Yes,
want
ma'am.
joy, okay. If you want joy, give joy to others. If you want love from others, give love to others. First, you have to give. To receive, one must learn to give first. Don't wait for to receive. That should be a difference between you and others. That makes you a Carmelite. If you want to be a true Carmelite, that makes you a Carmelite. Carmelite is the one who gives first, then waits for the to receive. If you want attention and appreciation, learn to give attention. Learn to lend a listening ear to others. It can be your parents, it can be your grandparents at home. The easiest way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. It means you listen to their needs, try to fulfill their needs. And I think this time was the best time to learn the value of giving, because there were thousands, millions of people who are in need. The daily laborers, those who earn in the morning and have food at night. Make a decision to give wherever you go, whoever you see or meet. As long as you are giving, you will be receiving. The more you give, the more confidence you will gain in the laws, in miraculous effects of this law. Which law? The more you give, the more you have. As you receive more, your ability to give more will increase, and it should increase. So I want each one of you to just reflect for one thing. See, if we take this law with our environment, with our subject EVS, what is our environment doing? Giving to us. Without first environment is giving, then what we are giving to environment, that is a different question. But we are receiving, we are at the receiving end. So breathe in and breathe out and ask God to help you to make you capable of to give. Yeah? The one who gives, his hand is always upper. The one who receives, his hand, you can imagine that, his hand is always below. So why not to have, if God is so kind to us, to give. So now, okay. Good afternoon, 11th standard. I hope you have understood what I have told you. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming back to our lessons. Now I think our lesson was energy resources, correct? Now we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
done, Hana, we have done forms of energies, we have done types of energies, we have done coal formation, petroleum, natural gas, renewable, non-renewable, isn't it? Solar energy, any questions? Hydro energy, any questions? And now nuclear energy also we have done, wind energy also we have done. I think it was all understood by each one of you, correct?
Yes,
So now,
ma'am.
Shasha, thank you for answering, beta. And now, last what we did, we have done nuclear energy also, we have done the nuclear reactors also, I have explained it. Only what was remaining was the limitations of nuclear energy, correct? What are the limitations? Hana, yahi tha na? I think in between I have explained that, but still we'll coming back to that subtopic. Limitations of nuclear energy. First is radioactive waste. How it is becoming difficult to dispose of that nuclear energy wastage. The disposal has to be very, very carefully done because it is highly dangerous and can let off radiations, which are harmful radiations, even disposed if it is not disposed correctly. Correct? That was first limitation of nuclear energy. Second limitation is radioactive accidents. I think you saw what happened in Lebanon few days back. There was an explosion in nuclear reactor. Dekha tha? It was in the news.
Yes, ma'am.
And the effects of that explosion were felt as far as 240 kilometers. And my God, I saw that how it exploded. So you can imagine. And for the generations, these radioactive explosions can disfigure your DNA, and the generations to generations are born with the defective genes. So we have to be very, very careful when to take all the precautionary measures to avoid any radioactive accidents. Correct? And now it requires high initial capital costs. It is very, very costly. Another practical disadvantage of nuclear energy is that it needs lots of investment. Then impact on humans. You must have read in your history, and you have read that Hiroshima and Nagasaki 6th August mein hua tha year. I'm sorry. During the Second World War, it was the
Yes,
most
ma'am.
of the devastating impacts of nuclear energy. Correct? So this is now last. If you remember, we have new biofuels, and I think you have done these biofuels. किए chemistry वगैरह में in chemistry and all that. Have you done a 10th standard? Sorry, 11th standard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now as a this I'll just share with you this biofuels. Correct? You know what is biomass and biofuels? Biomass is, I think I've given you the definition of biomass. Biomass is a fuel that is developed from organic materials, like which is present in after the decomposition of plants and animals. It is correct. Some examples of materials that make biofuels are, I will be sending you this PDF through Snap Homework. So, forest debris, some crops, some energy crops, some manure, that is also a biofuel, some types of waste reduce, they are all biofuels. They come under the biomass fuels. And now this says biomass provides us about 5% of the energy. This biofuel is also can be used for production of electricity. It is biopower. Like all another energy resources, biopower also has, but it also has some environmental risks. Then see, as all of you are using this book of Narendra, now if you go back by this, you have types of biofuels. We have types of biofuels, correct? Now, first is bioethanol. We have bioethanol, biogas, biobutanol, and biohydrogen. You may get a long question of 5 marks. Write a note, explain biofuels. 11th standard, I hope you are listening to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Please be
Yes,
very attentive. Because sometimes things are told at that time only. You may get a full 5 marks question, 3 marks question, explain biofuels. Then you have to explain all. You may get a short note. Write a short note on any one. Biobutanol, biohydrogen, biodiesel, biogas. So please, everything has to be learned. Okay, it can be and options. blanks, all can be from the from within the question. So please. Now, first is bioethanol. Bioethanol is biologically produced from biofuel throughout the world, but mainly it is produced in Brazil and USA. How it is done? It is done by the aerobic fermentation of biomass. Aerobic, you know, anaerobic and aerobic, you know these two words.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to explain these words because in 11th standard you know but still in presence of oxygen. Now what happens? The plant cellulose is converted into sugar, then dehydration, that is removal of water, is done, and we get the bioethanol. Next is biodiesel. Biodiesel is produced from fatty acids which is found in the vegetable oils by the process known as transesterification. Transesterification, which involves methanol as a catalytic reaction. To create a catalyst reaction, methanol reacts as a catalyst. अब ये 1 mark question बन सकता है. That is biodiesel is produced by the process of dash, correct? And dash is used as a catalyst to create a catalytic reaction. ठीक है? Now what biomass is used to create biodiesel? Rapeseed, sunflower, palm oil. These are used as a diesel in the diesel engine. The oil is filtered and pre-processed before being manufactured into biodiesel. Correct? Understood? Biodiesel is produced by the process of transesterification, and methanol is used as a catalyst. I hope 11th standard is there in the class. Say yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Very rhythmic. Yes. Okay. So now next comes as a biogas. Now biogas is produced during anaerobic digestion reaction, anaerobic process known as process known as a biogas anaerobic pyrolysis. Biodiesel, bioethanol, aerobic, correct, and fermentation, correct. Biogas is anaerobic. Manisha, will you please mute
इससे
yourself?
उधर इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा इसको.
Manisha, what was going in your class? Please, 11th standard, you are all grown up girls. Respect the teacher and the class and other colleagues. So biogas is used during the process known as pyrolysis. I'll give you the definition of pyrolysis. That is the decomposition. I'll give you before the class ends. Decomposition of the material due to heat in the absence of oxygen. That process is known as pyrolysis. And what is used in this? Energy materials such as manure, sewage sludge can also be used in this process, and with addition to increase its efficiency, the energy crops and organic materials are added. Energy materials can be switchgrass, which it is one of the switch energy crops का examples है switchgrass, which remains active throughout the year. So let me share. I want you to write this. Now write write the definition of I hope you are writing 11th standard? Nobody will give you definitions, word
Yes.
meanings in
Yes,
EVS.
ma'am.
Please make use of it. The decomposition SITION, decomposition of a material due to heat, because if you know the meaning, then it is easy to understand. When you hear a new word, if you understand the meaning, if you know the meaning, you understand this. Due to heat and sorry, just hold on. What's happening? Just hold on, dear. In लिखना यार, in the absence of oxygen. Written, what is pyrolysis? Correct? Somebody must say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, there is a word gasification, correct? Or during the gasification of the wood. Now, write the definition of gasification, because you may get defined gasification. Now, gasification, I'm not writing the word, I'm writing it is the process of transforming carbon based material, now the 11th standard, I hope everybody is filling the forms.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, it's my request. It is your moral duty, materials into, I hope you are following, writing along with me, into a, should I rub now? Into a mixture of carbon monoxide, because you may get 1 mark questions, definitions, define gasification, mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, and hydrogen that can serve as fuel. Now, gasification, I'm just repeating. If you have missed out any word, please 11th standard can write. The process of transforming carbon-based materials into a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen that can serve as fuel. Correct? Yes, written?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
now
ma'am.
I'm because my board is on. So now there is another word, fermentation. Please write the definition of fermentation. Write fermentation and write the meaning and definition. Conversion of sugars to alcohol or acetic acid with the use of yeast. Written? And
Yes,
yeast
ma'am.
and okay, should I rub?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeast and evolution of or release of yeast and evolution or release of which gas? Who will tell me? Of carbon dioxide. Okay? Understood what is biogas?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, next comes biobutanol. Is produced in the same way as bioethanol through the fermentation. Bioethanol कैसे